The U.S. is one of 2 countries that allows a for-profit company to post bail on behalf of a person in court. It's us and the Philippines. No other country in the world allows this to happen. Introducing a profit motive into the pretrial process enables and encourages corruption and abuse. And bail agents and the insurance companies that back them have been very successful. The bail industry brings in $2 billion every year. The for-profit bail industry makes money when people can't afford to pay their own bail amounts. A bail bond company will agree to put up your bond amount. Let's say it's $50,000, but they charge you for that service. They typically charge 10 to 12% of the bond amount. And in theory, when you show up for court, the bail bond company will get that $50,000 back, but you don't get your 12% fee back. In fact, if you don't pay them, or if you fall behind on payments, some bondsman will come after your family for the money, or even throw you back in jail.
My name is Alicia Scott. I live in Montgomery, Alabama. One of my friends called and said that he was in trouble and needed someone to sign with a bail bondsman company for him, someone with a steady job. I knew he would show up in court, so I went to the bail bondsman company and I signed for him.
The bail companies hold a lot of power. They are the ticket to freedom, and they abuse that power. They charge a lot of money. For Alicia's friend, it was $5,000. And they have people like Alicia co-sign contracts, telling them that they are agreeing to just ensure that their loved one will show up to court. But then the companies latch on to ambiguous and confusing language to argue that they also have to pay the $5,000 if the person being released doesn't pay it off himself.
I thought that, the bondsman process, once you go to court or once you're sentenced to jail time, I thought, the bond is lifted and everything is okay. But it turned out with this bondsman company, that wasn't the case.
When her friend was sentenced and unable to pay, the bail bond company came after Alicia for that 10% fee. They said that she owed that amount of money, that she agreed to pay if her friend failed to pay for any reason. That's not what she agreed to, so we represented her.
At that time, I felt that it was wrong. I knew I had did everything that I was supposed to do as a co-signer on the contract. I was depressed. It was taking money and food away from my family.
Alicia was a friend to someone in a crisis who needed her help. And this is what typically happens with these contracts. Friends and family agree to be on the hook for their loved ones. Mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, girlfriends, grandmothers, the community who support the individuals charged with crimes are paying thousands of dollars to keep their loved ones out of jail. And communities of color are paying the most. According to the Vera Institute of Justice in New Orleans in 2015, families paid bail bond companies $4.7 million in bail premiums. And Black residents were paying 84% of all bail premiums and associated fees.
If they had started garnishing my wages, I knew that my income would be, I wouldn't be able to afford my house, my bills, and to take care of my kids. If I had known that, that what I thought the bondsman company, how I thought the bondsman company worked, with just releasing the bond after the inmate goes to court or is sentenced, I would have never signed the contract.
The default assumption of our criminal justice system is supposed to be that people will be released pre-trial. Pre-trial conditions should only be imposed when a judge finds them necessary to ensure the defendant's appearance in court, or when there is a grave risk to public safety. Nobody should be required to post bail beyond what they can afford. Yet the bail industry survives only because bail is set beyond what people can afford. The bail industry is fighting reform because they know if reform succeeds, we're going to get further and further away from the use of money bail. Amounts are going to get lower, conditions of release will get more individualized and not based on money, and the bail industry will lose its perverse profits. Profits that are presently coming straight from the pockets of people who can't afford it. They know that, so they are fighting, but we'll be fighting too.